Well, it's me again. Um, I'm not sure what day it is actually. I know I was counting before for my pastoral service announcements, and they morphed into the on the Word of God and the prayer, and well, now they're just a simple fireside chat. So here we go. Unscripted. You gotta love that. I'm looking out the window here, actually, at the church, and we need a little warmth because it's cold outside, and it's kind of in between raining and sleeting. So I was just thinking about all the things that have changed. One of the things that has changed for all of us is, I don't know, what it is that we wear and take with us. I got my hand sanitizer that goes in my pocket of my coat. 99.99% of germs are killed. This is the travel size, even though, of course, we're not supposed to be doing too much traveling, stay at home and all. By the way, I just got me. You probably didn't even notice because it's camouflage. I got myself a mask, camouflage with a little tractor. I'm calling them John Deere tractors. I don't know officially they are, but wore that to a grocery store a couple times already. Nobody laughed at me or anything and said, "Hey, what's up with you?" Because a lot of other people had masks on too. So I even heard some strange things about people who, when they come home from work, they throw their clothing away, burn it or something like that, because they don't want to wear it again in case it might be contaminated. I'm not going there, at least not now or even yet. But I do appreciate the fact that we mobilize differently. Maybe we're wearing some different kind of things, mask. Maybe we're putting on some more stuff. I know I've used more hand sanitizer in the last month and a half than I have in my life combined previous to that, I'm pretty sure. But it made me think about a passage from the Bible that talks a little bit about clothing, so to speak. Oftentimes use it for weddings, actually. But I think it's pretty apropos for what we're going through. It's a metaphor, putting on and putting off, clothing oneself with some things and discarding some things. There's a fair amount of that going on these days. We're maybe adorning ourselves with some new stuff, masks and sanitizer in our pocket, and who knows what all else we got going. Actually, it comes from Colossians chapter 3, and it simply says this: as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, that'd be you and I, if we're listening. And then Paul writes this, clothe yourselves. There it is, that image, that analogy. And here's what we're invited to clothe ourselves with, regardless of a coronavirus or not, but maybe even more so given what we're going through. Especially when we're in close quarters with the people that we love, many of us. Maybe seeing more of each other than we have in a long time on a consistent day-to-day basis. But even among those that we don't get to see, it says here, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. Now there's a wardrobe that we could use any time of the year, any season of the year, any circumstance of life. But I'm gonna make a statement that maybe we need some of those things in place more than ever now, of compassion and kindness and humility and meekness and patience. There's never enough of that out there in the world, and I think all those things are maybe being tested and tried during this global health threat that we got, especially the patience part. And then Paul goes on and says, bear with one another, and if anyone has a complaint against another, forgive each other, just as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. Isn't that hitting the nail on the head right there, huh? No pun intended, since, Jesus got nailed to the cross in order to display forgiveness to us, that we might in turn display forgiveness to one another. And certainly we are bearing under a whole lot from people near us as well as far away from us. There's probably more than our share of complaining going on. And I suppose that leaves wide open the door for us to forgive each other. And then Paul wraps it up like this: above all, top of the line, the ultimate, clothe yourselves with love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. We're bound together through all this, not in the way that we might necessarily like, because we're having to have physical distance and stay at home and all that sort of thing. But we are still bound together. Harmony, I suppose, is that we're listening to a lot of different tunes, but hopefully we're still in sync with each other, that we're on the same course and path to move appropriately and in a healthy way through this dark night of the soul, and that we continue to find out, hopefully all of us, what it is to love in circumstances like this. And I'm very hopeful that when we can love each other through this, through the challenges that COVID-19 has brought upon us, challenges that are many and varied given everyone's unique position and place in life, that if we if we can love, if we can clothe ourselves, if we can wear and bear love to one another in these circumstances, I think we'll all be better off as a result, and when we can one day put much and maybe all of this behind us. Thanks for listening, and have a blessed day.